Hi, welcome back to Property Crew with Tan and Siobhan. So today we're going to be talking about executive condominiums. And I'm sure you've heard of a few launches upcoming in Singapore, especially in the East. But before we talk about that, we're going to dive specifically into EC eligibility.
So to start, you might ask, what's an EC? So executive condo is actually just like any private condominium, but is subsidized by the government. So for you to buy an EC, there are certain eligibility that you must meet.
Yes. So ECs are also what us Singaporeans like to say privileged housing for us because there's only two chances that we get at subsidized housing. So what is subsidized housing? So it can be a BTO or a resale flat that you have bought with housing grants or an EC that you have bought direct from developer as well as
First housing, DBSS. Yeah, so all these are all considered as a subsidized housing. So if you are going to be buying an EC, you must ensure that you still have one chance at buying a subsidized housing.
That's right. Okay, so now let's dive deeper into the main eligibility checks for an EC.
Okay, so firstly, your family nucleus. There are 4 schemes that you can buy under. So firstly, we have public scheme, which is yourself, your spouse, and your kid. However, if your spouse is a non-Singaporean citizen, you just have to ensure that your kid is a Singaporean. So secondly, the fiancee scheme. So for this scheme, you don't have to be married. You still can apply for the EC during the launch. However, once you collect your key, you must show your RM cert within 3 months.
And so the third one is orphan scheme. So these are for siblings without parents. They are also eligible to buy under the family nucleus. And the last scheme would be the joint single schemes where 2 to 4 Singapore citizens that are of 35 years of age can come together to buy an EC.
So the next criteria is citizenship. So the main applicants for EC have to be Singapore citizen and at least 21 years old.
So the third eligibility criteria would be income ceiling, and the joint household income for all the applicants must not exceed $16,000. However, if you have exceeded, just contact us and we'll guide you through the next steps.
So the last eligibility check is property ownership history.
Yes, so you must not have owned any private property 30 months prior to you applying for an EC.
So you must be wondering, how about non-residential property? So yourself and all the applicants must not own more than one non-residential property. So you are still eligible to buy.
So if you check all these boxes or if you are unsure about anything, just contact us and we'll help you through these easy eligibility criteria.
See you in the next one!